Welcome to another show. You know, there's a new book that provides insight to improving productivity, along with new tools to coach, counsel, and cheer, where the role of management has changed in the 21st century. This is from being a boss to being a coach. In 2020 alone, there was another seismic shift in the role to that of a cheerleader or consoler to keep key players in the game. My special guest today is Christopher D. Lee, PhD, and an SPHR, Chief Human Resources Officer for William & Mary University. Welcome to TMBS, Christopher.
Thank you. My pleasure.
The unprecedented year, it's brought a lot of stress, strain, fatigue, uncertainty, and even fear for one's livelihood and life. And research now shows that if an old school manager dared to give constructed criticism to, beleaguered employees in an outdated performance appraisal, it was likely met with a healthy dose of turnover. What say you, Christopher?
I would agree with that. I think the whole idea today of, the 20th century model of a boss or supervisor is somebody who's looking over someone to make sure they do their job is really kind of a non-starter. It's just not the way to work. Today, people need somebody in their corner who has their back, who's there to support them and help them do their very best work. And the old way of thinking about the relationship between, the coach and the performer is different, right? I mean, it's a new way of thinking about how you help people to do their best work. And I'm pleased to see that people are adopting that. And in addition to all of that, as you note, we've had a pretty tough year. And so the leader's role probably today, even more than in the past, is just to help people keep focused and feel good about what they're doing and get through the day. I mean, because, the world's been pretty chaotic.
Well, wise managers know, don't they, that their primary role is to bring out the best of their staff. And sometimes that simply means saying a nice word or two, cheering them on, lending an ear. Performance, Conversations is a book, I guess, that was made for modern times. It not only provides a framework that spurs on productivity improvements, it's like chalk and cheese, the old days to now. For what I understand, Christopher, the pioneering performance conversations method, your book, is a performance improvement system, not an outdated, demoralizing appraisal that aims to label and rate past performance. Tell us about your new book, mate, Performance Conversations.
Yeah, it's what I would call a series of brief, structured conversations about the things that matter most. So think about it as, if you're using a sports metaphor, that an opportunity to have a conversation at the end of the first quarter, at halftime, and at the end of the third quarter, to make adjustments, to calibrate. I mean, to see how things are going. If things didn't go well, we will adjust. If they're going well, we're going to reinforce that. It's not the idea of waiting to the end of the game to give people feedback, right? And say, hey, you didn't do well. Well, could you have told me that a little earlier and give me a little advice about how to do that differently, right? And so I think that's what it's about. It's about creating the environment, the opportunity, and then providing tools to managers to have those conversations. And a part of the tools is the framing and the offering of some key questions to ask to ensure the conversations are structured and focused on the highest priorities.
So it's an interactive, future-oriented, I guess you'd call it a collaborative discussion about important things involving the work. I guess it's designed to help employees get better, do better, and maybe feel better about their work.
Right on it. So the getting better is, okay, if I'm performing at a moderate level or even a high level, I still can get better. So think about the coaching metaphors about how can Chris do his very best work. So the getting better is ensuring that we're tweaking, analyzing, and adjusting. And then when we're actually playing the game, there's, some corrections, some insight we're learning, some movement to ensure that we're doing our best. And then how people feel about what they do is so important, right? Their passion, their interest. last year was a tough year, as we said. Some people are just struggling to get by day to day. They have family obligations. They're concerned about wearing masks and health. And you need a manager there understanding and appreciating that, hey, Chris is having a tough time today. Let me, pick him up a little bit. Let me cheer him on. Let me give him an encouraging word. So it's about all three of those things. It's ensuring the full spectrum of performance, how people learn and grow, how they actually do things, and how they feel about it, because that's really the golden ticket to consistent high-level performance.
So what can leaders do you think, to develop positive relationships with their employees?
Oh, it's about focusing on the relationship, right? So the relationship matters. Anybody with two siblings, two friends, or two coworkers know that the interactions between people matter. So how do we create the environment and the relationship that is positive and supportive? So that's part of the thinking of what a leader should do. Because some people you need to kick in the butt, some people you need to pat on the back, right? And some people you just need to get out of their way. So how you interact with people is really very, very important. So if a leader thinks about shifting their role to being a coach who individualizes their feedback and support to each individual performer, then they're going to bring out the best of their subordinates.
So let me ask an absolute expert. What's the primary role of a manager?
To help others do their very best work. Otherwise, you're unnecessary overhead. Because today we got today we got knowledge workers. They come to us. We hire them because they're smart, right?
Right.
Because they're good, and then we need to create the environment to allow them to thrive. I really like the Steve Jobs quote that says, "We don't hire smart people and tell them what to do. We hire smart people so they can tell us what to do."
Right.
So then the leader is bringing on that expert, and we need to create the environment that allows that expert to thrive. Mm-hmm. And that's what the leader is, to create that space, to remove obstacles, to give suggestions, So
right.
It's shifting from the old model of kind of a team coach to the new model of kind of like a golf coach or a tennis coach, where we're trying to get Serena to do her best. She's good. We know that. Mm-hmm. But however, we need to help. Roger Federer, same thing, considered one of the best of all time. He didn't have a coach for a couple of years of his career and realized he didn't perform as well those years. Right. Now he has two coaches.
Christopher, with regards to the book, what events are now, in your future?
Well, lots of talking at conferences, a lot of podcasts and webinars these days, as you know, in the post-COVID kind of world. The in-person opportunities are being moved online. My website, Performance Conversations, has upcoming events and things like that I'm participating in. But it's a lot of virtual events today, and radio's great, right? Because it's tried and true. Right?
Gets the word out, that's for sure.
I think. So lots of that, and consulting engagements with organizations that want training for their managers. So those are the things that I've been involved a lot in lately. Just returned from a couple of national conferences with the Society for HR Management and the College and University HR Association. So lots of sharing the good news. Yeah.
Well, if anybody would like to get hold of this book, and you're in a role where you think maybe it will help you, and probably would help, it's a great gift, I would think, with Christmas coming up. Performance Conversations is the name of it. You go to the site, by the way, Christopher's site. You can read a lot about it on that, www.performanceconversations, all one sentence, .com, by the way. It's a .com. So performanceconversations.com. Very interesting, Christopher. Very interesting indeed. Christopher Lee, you must get, jabbed about that a little bit. From the actor.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But yes, just a little bit, but only for those who are kind of over 45, so you're revealing your age there. Right?
There you go. Well, you're regarded as one of the leaders in the business. Interesting stuff coming into and it's all new. Everything seems to be changing, Christopher, including this. So good luck with the book, and good luck with your future. Thanks for being here today with me on the Mark Bishop Show. I appreciate it.
Thank you.